On the plains of Africa, in the forests of Southeast Asia, isolated from human civilization and far from our familiar lives, dwell creatures in the wild. If you press your ear to the ground and feel a tremor approaching, hearing the stomping of feet, it is highly likely that a large creature is heading your way. A species of immense size rarely seen in history. A living legend, a gentle giant, the largest land animal in the world. Elephants are true giants. Adult elephants can stand up to 4 meters tall and weigh up to 7 tons. Elephants are the largest land animals on the planet today, and historically, only their long-extinct ancestors, the mammoths, and before them, dinosaurs, surpassed them in size. Elephants are the only surviving members of the order Proboscidea, having evolved from their primitive ancestors approximately 60 million years ago, around the end of the Paleocene epoch. Before branching into a distinct lineage, the ancestors of elephants lived in the sea. They were marine mammals closely related to modern-day manatees and dugongs. Modern elephants only appeared about 3 to 4 million years ago, around the mid-Pliocene epoch. Today, elephants still retain a few small vestiges of their marine origins, such as the anatomical structure of their middle ear and testicles located in the abdominal cavity. Currently, elephants are divided into 2 different genera, the African elephant genus and the Asian elephant genus. Asian elephants, or elephas, have smaller bodies, smaller ears, flat or convex backs that are smoother, and patches of depigmented skin with prominent bumpy areas on their heads. In contrast, African elephants, also known as Loxodonta, are much larger, have larger ears, concave backs, sloping and rough bellies, and flat, smooth heads. African elephants are further subdivided into 2 types, forest elephants and savanna elephants. The differences between these 2 species are negligible. Forest elephants are smaller, nearly the size of Asian elephants, with straighter, harder tusks that are slightly pinkish, more toenails on each foot, and round ears. Savanna elephants are more famous and are the quintessential image of African elephants. Elephants inhabit a diverse range of terrains and environments, from savannas, deserts, and swamps, to grasslands, lake shores, and even icy mountain peaks and dense tropical forests. Asian elephants typically live in thorny scrub forests, while African elephants prefer open grasslands or dense tropical rainforests. Elephants' diets consist entirely of plant matter, including leaves, grass, shoots, bark, branches, roots, and fruits. Their large, strong, and flexible trunks help them pluck branches and leaves and bring them to their mouths. Each day, an elephant can consume up to 140 kilograms of food and drink up to 150 liters of water. Feeding activities primarily occur in the morning and afternoon. At noon, when the sun is strong, elephants rest under tree cover or doze while standing. An elephant's long sleep takes place at night, though in reality, it only lasts just over 3 hours a day. Baby elephants are born with completely sterile guts, yet they require gut bacteria to break down and digest plant material. These bacteria are acquired by the calf, wallowing in and eating the mother's feces. Like other colossal herbivores, elephants have evolved to this size to help them survive on a diet of less nutritious plant matter. Elephants primarily move using their legs, while their upper bodies remain relatively stable to compensate for their increased body weight, and to give them extra height, making it easier to reach high or distant branches. Elephant legs develop longer and thicker, while their feet shorten and widen. The elephant's head develops a lower jaw that works in conjunction with its trunk, which is composed of strong, yet highly flexible and agile muscles. The elephant's trunk can perform numerous tasks, including breathing, touching, grasping, digging, and scrubbing for themselves and other elephants. The trunk can also function as a snorkel when the elephant needs to wade through a wide body of water. Additionally, it provides the elephant with an excellent sense of smell, 4 times more acute than that of a bloodhound. The tip of the trunk also has 1 to 2 finger-like protrusions that aid in precise grasping, which is crucial for the elephant's survival. An elephant cannot survive long with an injured, paralyzed, or excessively short trunk. For this reason, elephants have one of the largest skulls in the animal kingdom to support the heavy musculature of their trunks. The thickness of their skulls as well as their large tusks not only helps elephants dig holes to find water, search for roots, or strip bark, but also serves as a weapon in literal confrontations, partly for self-defense, or to protect other elephants, and partly for ritualistic contests with other elephants, especially among adult males. They often fiercely compete with each other to maintain their position within the herd. Elephant skin is similar to the thick, robust hide of their aquatic relatives, though elephant skin has evolved to withstand harsh high-temperature environments rather than to resist the corrosive effects of salt in seawater. At its thickest, an elephant's skin can be up to 2.5 centimeters thick and is typically gray. However, African elephant skin often appears dark brown, because they frequently bathe in mud to cool down and protect themselves from the intense African sun. After a mud bath, they will spray dust and sand onto themselves with their trunks, and when the mud dries, it forms a protective layer. An elephant's 2 ears serve to regulate body temperature. On an elephant's ear is a collection of many small blood vessels called capillaries. The ear is the thinnest skinned part of an elephant's body. This allows body heat to dissipate easily into the surrounding environment. The ability to dissipate heat is further enhanced when elephants flap their ears. The larger the ears, the more highly adapted the elephant is to high-temperature environments. When newly born, baby elephants often have patches of brown or reddish-brown hair around their heads or backs. But as they grow, this hair gradually disappears. However, hair still remains in some areas, such as the upper thighs, chin, genitals, and around the ears and eyes, to protect these delicate tissues from parasites and dirt. Thanks to their upright posture and the distribution of their legs, elephants can stand for long periods without getting tired. An elephant's 2 front legs can support 60% of its entire body weight. Unlike other quadrupeds, due to their enormous weight, elephants only have 2 gaits, walking and a slightly faster walk that can be considered a run. Thanks to the thick, fatty tissue pads on their feet, when elephants run, there's a bouncing effect that helps them easily reach speeds of 18 kilometers per hour. While watching them, it gives the impression that they are running on their front legs, and they also produce relatively little noise. Elephants are also excellent swimmers. Scientists have even recorded cases of elephants swimming continuously for 6 hours without touching land or the seabed. An elephant's brain is relatively small compared to its body size, yet its brain is still 4 times larger than a human brain. The temporal lobe, considered the area responsible for analyzing data from the senses, is so large that it protrudes on both sides of the head. Similarly, an elephant's heart can weigh up to 20 kilograms, but only beats 30 times per minute. Elephants live in a social structure called fish and feud. They typically travel in large herds during seasonal migrations. When they reach a destination, smaller groups or individuals will split off to live separately. Elephants usually travel long distances of up to 19 kilometers each day. Some can travel 10 times more due to their very high food requirements.